All right, everyone, how's it going? Joey here. Today we got a few updates. One of the biggest one is this thing that you see here right there on the screen, the $10,000, $10K per month challenge. I know my buddy was telling me, are you insane? I said, well, you know, I gotta see if I could do it. And I've done it before, right? I've done it many times. But there's a reason why I want to do this stuff, right, guys? I keep getting asked, you know, Joey, I need to make an extra 1,000. I need to make an extra 2,000. How can I do this? How can I, whatever, you know? I have a lot available here in the community, in the school, right? All the tools necessary, all the products necessary. You don't have to really create none of your own. The way we do things is from behind the scenes. That's how I've made the majority of my money online, right? Behind the scenes. Yeah, you see me here now, but this is it, right? This is it. Other than a few people, most of you guys know me from years and years from teaching this stuff. But it's all been, all the stuff, my main business has all been behind the scenes. Those that have come here through one of my ads or, well, mostly all my ads, right? Did I ever show my face? Right? I just answer that honestly. No. Did you guys know who I was, Joey? No. Right? For all I know, you guys probably think I'm just an employee here or whatever. No, I'm the founder of this. This is us doing this stuff. You know, the majority of our community are founding members. They've been with me for years, right? But what I teach is basically behind the scenes stuff, right? Because let me tell you something. There's different, and I'm going to use this term a lot, money models, because I just got this, right? But basically, money models is just business models, right? There's those where I like to call that you're the face, okay? And then those that are behind the scenes, which now is called faceless, you know, the times, right? But back in my day, it was just called behind the scenes business model. That's it, behind the scenes marketing, right? So what is the difference? Well, when you're the face of the product, when you have it, basically you have to be there at all times. You have to show your face. You have to be on the ads. You have to be on the courses, on the products, all that stuff in order for the product to live and stay alive. If you step back, guess what? The product doesn't make money. Unless you got some kind of continuity going, right? Like a paid monthly membership. Even then, right, you can lose some people if you decide to take a month off. Okay? You create a course and it's all built on you and becoming like the face of the thing, the brand. You're the brand. How can you sell it, right? There's no way you can sell that stuff if you are not a part of it. And another thing is, if you ever decide to exit out, right, like the exit strategy, you're not really going to be able to sell that company or the business because it's tied to you, right? And that's what happened to me. I still made money, right? When I started, I started as an affiliate marketer, all behind the scene, selling other people's products. Right? Then I started selling my own, but as me, I became the face, the brand, right? Then when we had our son, right, and I needed some time off, I couldn't make any money or not any new money because the ads had to show my face. Hey, I'm Joey, I'm this, I'm that. I can show you how to do this. I just created a course. Here you go, right? I had to be there. Right? It wasn't consistent. It wasn't evergreen. All right. And then that's when I decided, I decided to learn a new different model. I actually bought a course on making iPhone games. Guys, I actually made iPhone games. That taught me so much because I used my marketing skills to market those businesses. No one knew who I was. No one knew who the founder was. No one knew who the creator was. They just know it was a company, right? That made iPhone games, some cool ones, and they bought it. That taught me so much. And since I was already doing some affiliate marketing on stuff, I said, okay, let me apply that to my businesses. And that's, till this day, I run it, right? I was able to get away from, a part of my business was doing speaking gigs. I would get paid to go speak on stage. I was able to get away from that. I was able to get away from product launch managing. I used to manage other people's product launches, make them a killing, right? I was able to get away from that. I was able to get away from private clients. Guys, I had a $50,000 a year, right? Client business, 50, sometimes 100,000. I remember at the beginning of the year or at the end of the year, that's when I would start selling it. Beginning of the year, that's when we would start working on the one-on-one thing, the private client things, right? I would get paid anywhere from 10 to 20,000 per client. Guys, within 2 months, I gave all that money back. I said, hey, everything that's here available, you get to keep, but I'm done. Why? Because I stepped away to be with my son, my kids, all that stuff. I missed my son's first day of school. That's very huge for me, very big. I'm a big family man. I went to go speak over there in Texas, and I already had my tickets booked to come in early to be here for my son's first day of school. The damn flight kept on getting delayed. Okay? And I wasn't able to do anything. I missed that. I was in time to pick him up from his first day of school, but no. Then the following year, it almost happened again. And I said, nah, let me get away. And I was already building my behind-the-scenes businesses. I was able to build a successful WordPress themes business, successful iPhone business, which I managed to sell, successful WordPress apps, those plugins. I don't know if you guys ever dealt with WordPress. Plugins business, software business, software as a service, the SaaS business, all kinds of businesses, all from behind the scenes. Hell, let me tell you something. When I actually did go, because my buddy was like, man, I need you. Come on, let's go. Because I sponsored one of their things, their events. I went in there and spoke on stage, and I asked everybody, hey, how many of you guys own my company theme, right? And like more than half the room raised their hands. I said, you guys know that's my company? No one knew. Not a single person. Every tutorial I created was all PDFs. No Word, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it was a surprise to everybody, right? So what I want to show you with this challenge is that you could do so much without having to show your face, right? You don't need to make $10,000 a month, right? Maybe you just want to make $2,000 a month. Maybe you just want to make an extra $1,000 a month. So this challenge is to show you what I'm going to do to get that going. And I'm going to do it all with everything I have available to me. I tell you all, guys, all the time, right? I tell you guys all the time that, use what's available to you, right? Whatever you have available. Don't go getting extra tools if you don't need to. If you have the tool already to accomplish whatever task, then use that. The other tools, if you need to get another tool, make sure it's an upgrade, right? Or it's just you don't need all these crazy tools. You don't need 10 different tools. If one tool could do everything, you got it. All right. So I'm going to be creating some, not only a $10,000, try to reach it, but monthly, a recurring revenue, monthly MRR, monthly recurring revenue. That's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to do it with everything that I have here. I'm going to do right here, All Access Pass. I have everything there that I need. I have the All Access Pass. I'm thinking of doing one of them, which is a Done For You library. I used to have a PLR library website before, right? I have it now, but it's more like, you have to do all this stuff to get access to it. Now it's just going to be dedicated to that and that alone. That is it, right? And then another one that I'm thinking of doing is the AI films, like AI shorts, AI ads, things like that. Okay. Those are the two that I'm thinking. And then one more, I don't know yet. I'm not sure because I don't want to put a lot on my plate because I still want to be able to do this. Right. But the whole point here, guys, is to show you everything here that I got here available to me and not get anything extra. right? Now, I do have an unfair advantage because I got a lot of stuff with me, right? Tools that you guys might not have, right? Most of the time, most of you guys already have the tools that I use because it's what I teach, right? How to create products and all that stuff. Well, I'm going to do it all from here. And another thing I'm going to do, if you guys want to model what I'm doing, you could do the same exact thing. I'm going to make sure that I have swipe files for you guys and all that stuff. And guess what? You guys are going to be able to be affiliates as well. Okay. Now, my goal is to do this in 90 days. 90 days. I got it right here. In 90 days to see if we could pull this off. It's going to be intense because we're in the third quarter, right? I got to start right away. We're in somewhat of a different times, right? But I'm going to apply everything I know, everything I've learned throughout the years, and everything I continue to learn, right? And apply it into this. You know, I've got an unfair advantage. I'm fortunate that I have years of experience, but, right, all this stuff is going to be documented so you guys can follow the process and start it as soon as you want, right? And the thing is, you're going to see that the reason I'm going to do two different like niches is you're going to see I'm going to apply like the same marketing strategies for all of them. Things that I do for both of them, they're going to be the same, right? Marketing is marketing. You could apply this to anything, right? Now, I'm starting with the done for you PLR stuff because I already have that. I have video courses that I could apply this, but I want to do it all from scratch, and I want to do it from behind the scenes, right? I'm not going to show up to this thing like every day for those members and do like a class a day, you know? In fact, I'm trying to stay away from like a live class. I may do it at the beginning until I reach a certain amount of members, but we'll see, right? What I'm planning on doing is do all recorded calls. That's what I want to do. Do the live calls here, splice them up, edit them just for that MRR site. And then once I get that going, then do the AI short films, and that's a little bit at the beginning is more hands-on because I got to create the course, right? But it's exactly what I do now, so it doesn't matter, right? For most of you that know that I'm a big fan of Alex Hormozi, I got the where's my video? Make sure I'm doing this. I've got the $100 million money models. I went through it. Guys, again, I've been at this for years. I went through the book already. I've got all his books. The $100 million leads. The other one is $100 million offers. And this is a combination of both and then some. Basically, these are just what he calls money models. They're business models. A lot of them I'm very familiar with. I don't know if you guys know who Frank Kern. What up, Dominica? Suri, what's happening? I don't know if you guys ever heard of Frank Kern. Let me go ahead in here and see if I could Google him real quick. The Google. Frank Kern, right? This is Frank Kern now, but I'm trying to see if I could find an old Frank Kern. Well, this is him. He still had his long hair, but I want to see because he was like a real surfer dude. If you find some of his older videos, right? Look, here's a good one. I don't know if you can see it. Let me go ahead and image. This is a perfect example. This is to the left. Can you see that? Can you all see that? Please let me know if you can see that. Can y'all see that? Let me know if you can see that. Please, please, please. You could? Okay. So to the left is the old Frank Kearns. That's the Frank Kearns I grew up with, basically, right? He still says words like dude and all that stuff, but he was really like dude, like really like a surfer guy, man. Right? Long hair, just always dirty looking, making millions, right? He sold this course called Mass Control. I've been trying to get to the storage so I could look for that thing so I could show you and so you could see the similarities. The Frank Kearns to the right is the old Frank Kearns, the guy from now, right? But this Frank Kearns, I would not be surprised if look at Alex Hormozy, right? You telling me there's no similarities there? Just an average guy. Hey, man, I'm making money. You could do the same thing, bro. Right? That's their vibe, right? The only difference is Alex is a little bit nerdy as the way he speaks. Nothing wrong with that. I'm a big nerd, right? And Frank Kern was more like, you got to look at his old stuff so you can see. He was like really like, man, like street level type of surfer dude, right? A lot of similarities. And I'm going through this book, and man, there's so much in there that I'm like, it's bringing flashbacks from that course called Mass Control, right? And it was back in the days when you actually got tangible stuff, real products, real DVDs like you see right there. Courses used to cost like $2,500 to $5,000. That's crazy insane, right? And this is what this guy pretty much did. A tangible book, a real thing that you could hold in your hand. There's nothing like it, guys, right? But there's so many business money models, like he calls them, business models here that, you know, I'm going to put to the test, you know, or I'm actually going to apply. Attraction offers, the very first chapter, right? Talking about, you know, different offers you could make that's attractive. You got upsells, downsells. I'm not going to do much of that. Continuity offers, right? Different continuity models that you can create. That's what I'm going to create on this one, right? Different continuity, or I'm going for that, what back in the days, you know, and Russell Brunson, I don't know if you guys know who Russell Brunson is. Russell Brunson, right there. You know, these are old school guys, right? He's the one where I learned this thing called micro continuity, right? And different continuity models, ranging from $3 a month to $1,000 a month, right? Showing you different kinds of each of those models, what the stick rate is, what the length is of the customers, right? For example, let's just use something very simple, right? $5 a month. You'll probably get a stick rate of anywhere from 15 to 20 months on like a lifetime value of a customer. That's a long time. We got to think about it. It's $5. Now let's take another one. Let's take $100 a month. The stick rate on that is probably anywhere from 6 to 8 months, right? And then the higher you go, the lower the stick rate. $200 a month. Now you're looking at 3 to 4, maybe 5 months if you're lucky, right? You do $500 a month, man, you're looking at 1 to 2 months max on that, right? Now, the LTV, lifetime value of a customer, obviously goes up because it's a higher price. But what would you rather have, right? A customer that's going to stay on there for at least 12 months and above, right? That you could count on that money coming in continuously every single month, or a customer is just going to drop, you know, $100 for 2 months, 4 months at max, right? Here's the thing. I'm going to have to continue, right, to on the higher level income, right, or the monthly thing, the $200 ones, I'm going to have to every 2 months regenerate that customer, get new customers to fill that spot in, right? That's a given for any continuity model, right? You got to always, you know, replenish the ones who lost, right? But that's every 2 months that I got to go into 3 months. I got to drop more money in ads or whatever and try to replenish those members that are lost, versus the $5, the micro continuity model, where I've got a year and a half of that. All I got to do is build the volume, build the amount of members. All right. So I hope you guys can understand that. So that's what I'm going to go for with this, is the micro continuity route. I had a very successful micro continuity business that lasted almost 6 years before I actually shut it down. Right. I shut it down because I wasn't doing that business anymore. Right. So I had members there for 6 years. Many of them didn't even log in for like a year or more than a year, right? But that's besides the point, right? I could take a month off, 2 months off if I wanted to and not worry about it. All I have to, at the beginning, build that thing up. So I'm thinking about $5 a month for something as simple as just a done-for-you library. All I have to do is upload new stuff every week or every other week. That's simple. I already have it, right? Keep things minimal at the beginning, add as I go, right? So I'm thinking $5 a month, $10,000, right? So we're going to go here, 10,000 divided by $5, 2,000 members. That seems like a lot, right? That seems like a lot, but think about it. That's 10,000. Let's just do 15 months, right? 10,000 times 15 months, right? $150,000 there. Boom, 10,000 a month every single month. And not to mention, that's going to keep growing, right? So 10,000 a month, right? Times, let's say at like 400, right? Or it's just a 5-month stick rate. Well, actually, let me do this. 10,000, right? Divided by, let's say $200, right? That's 50 members. 50 members. That's only going to last me at that price point, probably around, 3 to 5 months at max. So let's do 5. 10,000 times 5, right? I think I did this wrong here. No, I did it right. Yeah. Times 5. Only $50,000. So $50,000 for those same 10,000 a month. You see what I'm getting at? Yeah, I'll get $50,000 real quick, but again, the replenishment battle, right? I've done them all. I've done the high price point and the low price point. I don't like the high price point at all, right? But anyways, that's the plan for that. I'm going to put it all here. I made it. I don't want to put it like you guys aren't going to pay for it or nothing. But what I did do is just for those that are serious and, all you got to do is just put a stupid gift there and I'll go ahead and unlock the thing for you, right? Who knows? Maybe later after the 90 days, after the 90 days, I'll actually unlock it for everyone. But right now, what I'm looking for, right? I want to help as many people as possible to freaking make money, damn it. That's why I'm here for. That's why I started this school, right? I didn't have to start it. I started this school for you guys. I put out a thing on the old thing, a platform. You guys still want me to continue this? You say yes, okay, let's do it. And I put it dirt cheap. What you guys used to pay over there? Like $200, $300 or something a month, right? But we need to take action, okay? At the beginning, see what I'm doing, and then, okay, I could do this, and then start applying it. We have everything available for us. I'm going to make it stupid easy for you. I already started building the thing. I'm using school as a platform to build the continuity business, right? So it's going to be another thing. Don't worry. It's not going to be separate from what you guys have. You guys have everything here. The AI one is going to be here. That continuity, it's already there. Not the continuity, all the done for you stuff. It's already here. Nothing's going to be different. Okay? But you will see everything, right? How I do it so you guys can build it. And not only that, guys, you don't have to just build this. You could use school for whatever. If you go to the school, there's crochet in business. There's a damn how to build a picking up poop business, dog poop. How to pick up dog poop business. These guys show you how to build a business, how to create a business, right? Where you literally go out there and pick up poop, dog poop, right? And that school community is making like $200,000 a month. Really? Picking up poop, man. If that doesn't prove that you could make a business out of anything, right? You can't. So I'm excited for this, guys. I'm gonna have templates for everything of how to create the school, whatever you want. You know what I mean? It's gonna be so easy to apply, and you're gonna see everything I do. I am gonna use Facebook ads, but guys, I'm gonna do it the way I teach you guys. Starting with the $5 method, the 155 method. I mean, all that stuff, and scale up. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do with that. And that's pretty much it for that, guys. For those watching a replay, if you still want to be, I'm not going to like close it or nothing, guys. But if you want to be a part of this, just go right here. I'm going to have this pinned here for a while. Actually, I should be up here for a while. And you just go in there, comment with an emoji, say you're in, and then I'll go ahead and unlock the thing, which is right here in the classroom. It's at the top, very first one. So I put it there. So this is just explaining a little bit more in detail. If you guys do open up a store or whatever you want, you don't even have to open up a store. You could do, I have a continuity model right now with Shopify. With this, they have no idea who I am. And that one I'm charging a lot more. I'm charging like $3.99 to $5.99, like $3.99, $5.99 per week. Right? I'll show you that in a bit when we get to the other screen. But you could do it there as well, right? That's where this whole idea came, to do it here, right? Over there's a little bit more hands-on, because if someone doesn't pay up or their card declines, I got to go in there manually. It's a pain. Here it does it all automatically, right? Day one's coming soon. Day one's basically just going to be me showing you what I'm doing, right? But that's pretty much it there, guys, on that. All right. If you guys got any questions on that, let me know now. We could go ahead and answer them here. Okay.